we begin the final part of Night 2 with an exhibition triple threat contest between 3 competitors that we will see competing across this weekend at the Battle of Los Angeles.
Join the Dark Order.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring.
Coming down first, we see Stu Grayson, one half of the tag team, with Evil Uno being the Dark Order. They were known throughout NXT in the later part of last year, as I mentioned in the match earlier with Karrion and Kross. Kross facing off with Stu Grayson at the end of last year, concluding the rivalry that was held between Super Dragon and Karrion Kross. The entirety of the Dark Order, it was Stu Grayson who stepped up to the plate in an incredible contest that he had with Kross. And the Dark Order finding their home in New Japan. In the early part of this year, Super Dragon faced off against Kazuchika Okada for that World Heavyweight Championship, the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. And Super Dragon was unsuccessful, prompting him to start the Battle of Los Angeles tournament, where he would crown his own champion. Shockingly, Stu Grayson, not a participant in the tournament, however, finding himself in this exhibition triple threat match here. Now we see coming down to the ring next is Ortiz, who we saw last night competing in tag team action. We see him holding the NXT tag team title. His tag team partner Santana successful earlier tonight in the Battle of Los Angeles tournament. Santana looking to repeat that success here in this exhibition triple threat match. And Santana's got to be blessing his lucky stars that he was successful in his tag team title defense on night 1 with Santana, seeing as those NXT tag team championships changing hands so many times last year following the reign of Safeguard. We went on to see Aussie Open, the Skulk, the Grizzled Young Veterans, and Mustache Mountain all hold those NXT tag team championships within the ensuing months, up until the team of EYFBO, Santana and Ortiz defeating Mustache Mountain at TakeOver Brooklyn and claiming those championships. Speaking of tag team competitors now, we see coming down to the ring is Alex Shelley. Alex Shelley competed on the first night of the Battle of Los Angeles in tag team competition with Chris Sabin, the team of the Motor City Machine Guns. And they took on the debuting team of Up Up Down Down, being Tyler Breeze and Xavier Woods. And successful in their endeavor was the Motor City Machine Guns, who made their first ever appearance here in Universe Mode. Alex Shelley looking to ride that wave of momentum into this triple threat contest. It looks like we're ready to begin now with this exhibition contest. Not necessarily anything at stake here, but as I mentioned during their entrances, all 3 of these men tag team competitors, so perhaps vying for a chance at Santana and Ortiz's tag team titles with a victory here tonight. Now that back elbow from Santana takes down Alex Shelley, as Shelley looked to go after Stu Grayson at the beginning of this contest. Stu Grayson now with a grounded kick to the face of Ortiz, followed up with a snap suplex and a jumping high knee to Alex Shelley. Stu Grayson now continuing here with the backbreaker, following it up with that overhand strike to the chest of Ortiz. Now, Irish whip from Stu Grayson to Alex Shelley over into the turnbuckle pad. Shelley was looking to recover there, and now we could see a tag team maneuver here. Alex Shelley holding Ortiz in position for Stu Grayson to nail that enziguri. Surprising teamwork on display there, but it was not to be. It was not long lasting. A series of reversals here between the two men. Back suplex capture from Stu Grayson that folds up Alex Shelley. He might have came down on his face there off of that maneuver. Now Alex Shelley with Ortiz out of the corner, catching him with a Pele kick as Ortiz looked to come in with that clothesline following the gesturing to the crowd. Leg lariat here from Ortiz as we see Santana, or Stu Grayson rather, spilling to the outside. Irish whip attempt here from Ortiz, ducking underneath. Big boot that takes the head off of Alex Shelley. However, Shelley quick to recover with that kick to directly back to the head of Ortiz and come running in with a clothesline. Now we're looking for that rolling savate kick, but it was scouted by Ortiz. Another clothesline from Shelley. And Stu Grayson now back outside on the apron looking to get involved. Slingshotting to the inside, but Alex Shelley taking a step back and allowing Stu Grayson to miss on that maneuver as he almost comedically just stepping away for a moment. Stu Grayson going to make him pay now. Capture back suplex once again to Alex Shelley. Shelley again holding the face, might have come down rough on that landing. Stu Grayson now with Ortiz positioned in the corner, standing switch now. And Ortiz going to Irish whip Stu Grayson, pillar to post, following it up with a John Woo drop kick. I thought Alex Shelley might have been in position to be on the receiving end of that drop kick as well. Series of strikes between both men. Alex Shelley with a series of forearm strikes that send Ortiz back into the corner so he can follow it up with a chop. Now from the top rope, Alex Shelley taking him down with the Hurricane Rana. Stu Grayson looking to catch Alex Shelley off guard with that diving Hurricane Rana to follow it up. Combination Hurricane Ranas, but the strength of Alex Shelley to catch Stu Grayson on his way down is able to divert that maneuver into a power bomb. However, Stu Grayson now maintaining the momentum with that butterfly suplex, following it up. They slingshot senton to the inside, the tope atomico. Now it's Ortiz. Return to the action with Stu Grayson. Hammerlock Northern Lights suplex from Ortiz. He now drags Stu Grayson into position, perhaps going to look for a pinfall attempt, and it's broken up by Alex Shelley there. Ortiz, however, now has him up in the power slam Oklahoma Stampede from Ortiz that takes Alex Shelley to the outside for the time being. Now up in the Death Valley driver from Ortiz. Pinfall attempt here now on Stu Grayson following the DVD and only a 2 count. But quite a near fall there from Ortiz, looking to come up successful here tonight. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this contest, if Stu Grayson or Alex Shelley were successful here tonight, you got to think that that puts them in position for an NXT Tag Team title match with their partner. Lung blower now from Alex Shelley, expunging the air from the lungs of Stu Grayson. Now in position, scouting both of his competitors, however, surpassing Ortiz and looking for that super kick attempt on a grounded Stu Grayson. Stu Grayson, however, looked for the standing switch to pick Stu Grayson up into the air, but takes him out with that running clothesline. Now we see the standing Shiranui, the sliced bread from Alex Shelley. Pinfall attempt here now on Ortiz, and only a 1 count as the referee taking a bit too long to get into position for that pinfall attempt. Grayson looking to recover on the outside, but it's Ortiz on the inside now, standing Liger bomb. Standing switch on that power bomb, changing direction and planting Alex Shelley down on the canvas with authority. Now off the pinfall attempt, Stu Grayson looks to take the advantage of a prone to Alex Shelley, sending Shelley into the corner and Ortiz out to the apron. Ortiz returning back to the inside, looks to come in with that crossbody, but he catches a knee to the face for his efforts from Ortiz. Quick to scout that maneuver. Now we see the strength of Ortiz to pick Stu Grayson up from the ground. And now yet another sit-out powerbomb. Pinfall attempt here from Ortiz. Ortiz very close to the ropes. However, this being a triple threat match, there are no disqualifications. German suplex to Alex Shelley as Ortiz making him pay for breaking up the pinfall attempt there. Grayson now recovering slowly, getting a series of clothesline takedowns. 3 clotheslines from Ortiz Grayson looking to recover in the corner here as Ortiz going to follow him in. Catches a boot to his face as now it's Stu Grayson who sends Ortiz into the corner. Sent to the outside, and now Stu Grayson looking for the triangle dropkick to Ortiz that sends him over a recovering Alex Shelley on the outside. Stu Grayson now following that up with a tope con hilo to Alex Shelley, and he might just have caught Ortiz on the way down with those with perhaps a leg drop of sorts. Stu Grayson now springboard off from the top rope, springboarding off the top rope with a moonsault all to the outside, looking to catch Ortiz or Alex Shelley for his efforts. Alex Shelley still incapacitated from that tope. Now both men returning to the inside at the same time and catching each other's attention as now Alex Shelley over in the corner is going to look once again for the sliced bread coming down on Stu Grayson. And then the pinfall attempt here, Alex Shelley puts away Ortiz with the standing sliced bread in the corner, coming down on top of the third competitor being Stu Grayson at the end. And like I mentioned earlier, given this victory, you got to think that that puts Alex Shelley and his tag team partner Chris Sabin in position for a title shot against Santana and Ortiz. There we saw that standing sliced bread. Here we saw the Liger bomb from Ortiz, and towards the end we saw some crazy offense from Stu Grayson. Looking to come in with that crossbody catching the knee, and also the tope con hilo and the springboard moonsault to the outside from Stu. Here again we saw the sit-out powerbomb from Ortiz, but it was not enough to secure the victory. Alex Shelley successful both nights here at the Battle of Los Angeles. Both nights that he has competed, he has come up successful. Incredible debut performances this weekend from Alex Shelley. As we move on to the Part 2 main event. This is the Night 2 conclusion to our event. And we have an incredible 6-man tag team matchup coming up for you right now. Coming out first is the one, the man, the one El Generico, currently one half of the IWGP World Tag Team Champions. He is tag teaming with his partner here tonight. We will see him in a few moments. El Generico picking up a victory with his tag team partner over the Grizzled Young Veterans 21 days ago to secure those championships. Ever since reigning with those championships over New Japan Pro Wrestling. El Generico also unsuccessful, unfortunately, in the Battle of Los Angeles tournament, coming up unsuccessful to the current NXT North American champion Daniel Bryan as part of the Night 1 festivities. It was the singles tournament main event on Night 1. Coming out next, we see another man who was unsuccessful in his first outing in this tournament. And the other half, the yin to El Generico's yang. The other half of the IWGP World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. And returning to his home here in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla is Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens cutting his teeth in PWG, a former PWG tag team champion on several occasions, as well as the PWG World Champion also on several occasions. But when it comes to Universe Mode, it goes without mentioning Kevin Owens is one of the most accomplished and successful competitors in Universe Mode. having led Team SmackDown in the Survivor Series contest in 2K18, as well as being the first ever SmackDown World Heavyweight Champion in Universe Mode history. Holding up that championship is the current Tag Team Champion, being Kevin Owens. Coming out next is a man who is also no stranger to Championship Gold in Universe Mode, having held that same championship as Kevin Owens, the SmackDown World Championship, on 2 occasions, and being the only man to do so. Coming down to the ring next is the Bastard, Pac. And Pac has a storied rivalry with one of his competitors here tonight for years and years. Pac has feuded with the one known as Aleister Black, both within the confines of Universe Mode, as well as now in reality in AEW. We see the feud carry over. Aleister Black was of course the man to take the SmackDown World Championship from Pac in the first place. After a 35-day championship reign, he was defeated by Aleister Black, who would go on to hold that championship for 182 days before losing it back to the Bastard, who reigned for another 30 days as champion. Introducing next, we see the best kept secret, Buddy Murphy, also known to some as Buddy Matthews. He's looking to cut his teeth here in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. At the time of recording this, Buddy Matthews has been announced in real life for the PWG Battle of Los Angeles. I'm very much anticipating his performance throughout that tournament. However, tonight, the Battle of Los Angeles is not primarily on Buddy Murphy's mind. Following last night, he came up unsuccessful in his efforts against Cameron Grimes in the Battle of Los Angeles tournament. Cameron Grimes moving on to the semifinals, and Buddy Murphy, one of 3 competitors in this matchup who were unsuccessful last night. Introducing next is a man who knows no such thing as being unsuccessful, especially when it comes to Universe Mode, having cut his teeth for many years in Universe Mode, winning championship glory. As I mentioned earlier, a former SmackDown World Champion, holding the belt for 182 days after defeating Pac, the man that he is going to have to stand across the ring from here tonight. As well as last year, Aleister Black on 2 occasions holding the Raw World Heavyweight Championship before it was rebranded to the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, defeating the longest reigning at the time Raw World Champion Seth Rollins was Aleister Black, who would go on to hold that championship from Extreme Rules for 70 days up until SummerSlam, where he was defeated by Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne would go on to hold that championship for 37 days until Hell in a Cell, where Aleister Black once again claiming his spot on top of Raw. And then we also saw last year, following the defeat of Aleister Black to Kazuchika Okada, who became the new Raw World Champion, Aleister Black implementing a faction of destruction throughout Universe Mode, deploying the powers and the services of Karrion Kross, who we saw in the Battle of Los Angeles, as well as Darby Allin, the former NXT Money in the Bank winner, bringing the two men into the fold in New Japan. Has paid off to great success for Aleister Black, however, not quite accomplishing the former glory that he had before Okada came into his life. Now finally we introduce lastly, but not leastly, the newest reigning Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, Andrade Almas, known to some as Andrade El Idolo. This is the first occasion that we have seen Andrade appear ever since the chicanery, the underhanded tactics employed by Andrade. And to clarify the situation, let me put this into perspective for you. Andrade Cien Almas was the NXT Money in the Bank winner. Of course, following Darby Allin and his unsuccessful cash-in last year, he had to crown a new Money in the Bank winner, and that was Andrade Almas. Moving into SummerSlam, we saw Drew McIntyre defending his SmackDown World Heavyweight Championship at the time against Will Ospreay, an incredible contest that spanned almost 25 minutes. Following Will Ospreay's successful victory over Drew McIntyre and claiming that SmackDown World Championship, we heard the entrance music and the sight of Andrade Cien Almas accompanied by Roosh. And Andrade staked his claim and cashed in Money in the Bank to ascertain himself as the first ever Universe Mode Ring of Honor World Champion. Within the past year, the SmackDown and Raw World Championships have been rebranded. As we get started in this incredible 6-man tag main event pop-up, I thought El Generico would have shifted his weight there and looked for a pop-up Hurricane Rana in midair, but Buddy Murphy with the strength to hoist El Generico up into the air. El Generico, though, following it up with a boot to the face of Buddy Murphy. Now kick to the gut, but it's countered by Murphy, who catches him with a knee to the face, the V-trigger of sorts, to Generico. Now looking to send Generico off of the ropes, but the tactics of Aleister Black pulling down the ropes and now following Generico to the outside just to beat down on him and returning him to the ring where Buddy Murphy can continue his attack. Now gut-wrenching Generico up and into that back suplex. No particular team names. I know that PWG is fond of having tag team names for their makeshift put-together teams. However, Kevin Steen, Kevin Owens for this video, for the sake of Universe Mode. Powerbomb attempt here from Buddy Murphy, sending him into the corner where he receives an Insecurity from Aleister Black as well. The buckle bomb combination with Insecurity. As we see Aleister Black getting his first taste of action in this contest now. Series of rapid fire kicks to the chest of Generico, and the heinous team of Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy, and Andrade have really not allowed El Generico to get out of the gates here. As we see the face washes in the corner, following it up with that running boot from the educated feet of Aleister Black. El Generico now positioned in the corner, a strike from Andrade. Running snapmare kick to the back, following it up with that running senton, but no, El Generico was able to escape out of that maneuver. Now looking to come in with that clothesline, following it up with a back elbow, but it barely even dazed Kevin Owens, who now takes Buddy Murphy down with 2 shoulder tackles in combination with a clothesline. Series of kicks to escape that maneuver now from Buddy Murphy. Now Kevin Owens getting his first bit of action here as he receives a jumping high knee off that redirection on the Irish Whip. Now we see Pac looking to get involved. Buddy Murphy going to go after him and take Pac off of the apron as well. It is well documented the friendships between all men on each of these teams. However, not traditional tag teams. As I mentioned in his entrance, Aleister Black used to teaming up with Karrion Kross and Darby Allin. Andrade Almas diving to the outside and taking out Kevin Owens as he was not paying attention. Andrade capable of diving off of the apron and giving Buddy Murphy the advantage as he rolls Kevin Owens back to the inside. And now Buddy Murphy looking to go high risk from the top rope, diving down with a swanton bomb But there was no water in the pool for Murphy. As Kevin Owens now getting him back up to his feet, lifting him up in the back suplex and dropping him with that gutbuster. Dropping all the weight of Buddy Murphy across the knee of Owens. Now we see Murphy desperately crawling over, and now we see the tag into Andrade, who takes Pac out with a running clothesline. Gonna look to follow it up, or a Nagi that plants him down with authority into the canvas. Now an Irish whip from Andrade, looking to come across the ring with that running kitchen sink in the corner. Pac looked to get the advantage there, but it was a high kick from Andrade that catches Pac off guard, and now draping him across that top rope and planting him into the canvas once more with that flatliner. Irish whip attempt here from Andrade as he looks to make the tag in to Aleister Black. Powerbomb position here. Andrade and Aleister combination powerbomb to Pac. And the team of Pac, Generico and Kevin Owens, have had a really difficult time at weathering the storm that was Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy, and Andrade Almas. The calculated demeanor of Aleister Black, you know, has paid off for him in the past. And has paid off in encounters with Pac in Universe mode. Positioned in the Tree of Woe here. Now with the boot just across the face. Gonna wrench back on the neck. It was Pac. An Irish whip into the corner where he positions Aleister Black. Draping him across that bottom rope. Kevin Owens holding him in position there. For Pac to come across with that guillotine leg drop. Now Aleister Black standing switch in the corner as Pac was looking to tag out to one of his tag team competitors here. Oh, jumping knee into the corner, but Pac was able to escape out of enemy territory somehow there. All the way to the outside, taking a powder. But coming back to the inside now to position Aleister Black. Hurricane Rana from the top rope, and Kevin Owens catching him on the way down with a power bomb. I can't believe what we just saw from these two men. And moving on like it was almost nothing as Kevin Owens, strictly business here, still going at it with Aleister Black, but Pac really proud of their efforts there. Now could have Aleister Black in position. Package pile driver from Kevin Owens. Unbelievable. Sending him now into the corner, and they're going to continue this onslaught as the pendulum has swung. The seesaw of momentum in this matchup. A second package pile driver now from Kevin Owens. Generico following it up with a brain buster. Pinfall attempt here from Generico. He only gets the 1 count as Andrade now in to break things up. However, Kevin Owens going to catch him with that rolling Yoshi tonic. Buddy Murphy springboarding to the inside for that drop kick, looking to catch El Generico. But instead, nailing the referee with that move. Now standing chops into the corner. Confusion as Aleister Black looked to come in with that running knee into the corner. El Generico able to escape out, and Andrade looked to take the advantage. However, now the legal men returning to the ring, and the referee developing some kind of order between these men. Tag in now from Aleister Black into Buddy Murphy, and the double back body drop. The strength of the two men hoisting El Generico how many feet into the air, you have to wonder. Super kick now takes out the knee of El Generico. Buddy Murphy positioning himself on the second rope for a Canadian Destroyer. The Panama Sunrise of sorts as he used the second rope drop for his momentum. Switch on the Irish whip. Buddy Murphy, however, catching El Generico with that boot to the face coming out of the corner. And dazing El Generico enough to land that half and half suplex that we typically see on display from Generico. With Buddy Murphy, a little bit of insult to injury here. Generico, however, with the running wrist lock in the corner, springing out of the corner with that tornado DDT that drills Buddy Murphy's head into the canvas. Two legal men going back and forth. Standing drop kick attempt to Buddy Murphy in the corner, but Buddy Murphy with the Destino! Paying respect not only to his tag team partner tonight, Andrade Almas, but in the past we have seen Buddy Murphy in 2K18 Universe Mode as a part of the Los Ingobernables de Japón faction, where he teamed with Hiromu Takahashi and was the whole faction was founded by Tetsuya Naito. So that maneuver, pulling that maneuver out of his bag there, was Buddy Murphy. El Generico looked for that exploder suplex here. Confusion on the inside as to who the legal man to really go for here is, as Pac teeing off on Andrade, as well as Buddy Murphy now with a whiplash neckbreaker to a draping El Generico. However, now we see Andrade with a Pepsi twist on the inside, turning Pac inside out. Pinfall attempt here, and only a 1 count to the prone Pac. Series of forearm strikes now are going to send Pac careening into the ropes. However, standing switch now as Generico was dished to the outside by Buddy Murphy. Snapmare takedown from Andrade Cien Almas, who takes Pac out with that running single leg drop kick. Pac now shoving Andrade off of him and taking him out with that basement drop kick to the knee. And we see the Irish whip. Standing switch neckbreaker. Pac to Andrade. As Pac now looking to wear down Andrade. We've seen the momentum shift multiple times in this contest. As Pac now ascending to the top rope here, looking for the delayed shooting star press. How much hang time did Pac catch on his way down there? Looking almost like Andrew Everett with the execution on that maneuver. Now again we see Pac positioning Andrade on the top rope. Hurricane Rana into the powerbomb. This time, El Generico being the one to nail the powerbomb attempt. Now Andrade answering back, popping up to the shoulders of Generico for that Hurricane Rana. Now Andrade Irish whipping. El Generico on the rebound off of the ropes, catching him with that spinning back elbow. We saw that used by Buddy Murphy earlier on in this contest, but it was to Kevin Owens, who essentially just... and there we see the sit-out powerbomb that was implemented in the last matchup by Ortiz, now being used by Buddy Murphy to great effect in this contest on El Generico. We've seen Generico in the past utilize the sit-out Blue Thunder Bomb as well as the Orange Crush to incapacitate his opponents. Now we see the electric chair, the strength of Buddy Murphy. But what is Andrade going for here? Diving down and taking El Generico down with him for the Bulldog. All the way from the top rope. Now perhaps was looking for the Uranagi once again, but the series of back elbows from Generico create the separation. And Generico with a haluva kick to Andrade in the corner. However, he did not build up as much momentum as he typically looks for with that maneuver. Now look to wrench in on that camel clutch. Generico perhaps wiping the blood away from underneath the mask. Blood perhaps getting in the eyes of Generico here, as he was busted open on that electric chair coming down the Bulldog. Now we see Generico being the one to package pile drive Andrade Almas, following it up with a brain buster from Kevin Owens. Pinfall attempt here as Pac into stop the separation, but Buddy Murphy still finding a way to circumnavigate around Pac and still create the break on that pinfall attempt there. Popping up to the shoulders here is Pac with the Hurricane Rana, and now it's Aleister Black who's going to look to take him down from behind. GTR. Kevin Owens now wrenching on the neck of Buddy Murphy, but Buddy Murphy is not the legal man in this contest. Black looked to break it up there on Kevin Owens. A forearm strike to the back, now a strike to the face of Pac. Kevin Owens might have caught his tag team partner on that exchange as the two teeing off on one another now. Back and forth, Andrade fighting with Andrade fighting with Owens, Pac fighting with Aleister, and Buddy Murphy desperately crawling back up to his feet as Generico looking for a bit of a reprieve on the outside following the damage that he endured Kevin Owens now looking to escape to the outside with Andrade. Aleister Black now could take advantage of Pac on the outside. We see Buddy Murphy now diving down from the top rope and catching Kevin Owens with an elbow drop. Tope Atomico looked to follow it up from Andrade. However, it was not to be. Kevin Owens now looking for that boot to the gut. However, turning him around is Andrade, capturing the leg and sending him over with the momentum for the German suplex. Now we see Andrade with a boot to the gut, turning Kevin Owens inside out and looking for that arm-twisting wrist lock clutch on the DDT. Pinfall attempt here. Kevin Owens gets the shoulder up, just barely though at 2. Kevin Owens most likely is still the freshest man for his team in this contest. Almas able to create the separation needed for Aleister. However, these two men cannot get on the same page here, as Aleister and Andrade both looking to go after El Generico. However, it is Aleister who eventually, from the fireman's carry, drops. And now we see Andrade there going for the sleeper hold, but Andrade, again, these two men can't seem to get on the same side, as hitting each other with a series of their own maneuvers. Aleister Black finally escaping to the outside. The legal man, Andrade, going to have to go at it with Kevin Owens. But now we see Aleister once again returning to the outside, where he looks to go after Kevin Owens here. Perhaps for the benefit of Andrade, but it has not really paid off as such so far. Aleister finally sending Kevin Owens back to the inside, where he is able to make the tag to Generico, as well as Buddy Murphy entering this contest, running dropkick. El Generico takes down Andrade, as Andrade was getting in the face of Aleister, perhaps for their indiscretions in this contest. Jawbreaker from Buddy Murphy. As Andrade now slowly recovering in the corner. Buddy Murphy, Irish whip rebound, tilt-a-whirl, power slam to El Generico. Pinfall attempt here, and only a 2 count, says the referee. Now we see Buddy Murphy positioning El Generico up on his knees and bringing him in for that V-trigger to the elbow. Irish whip attempt here from Generico, who makes the tag into his tag team partner, being Kevin Owens. Double Irish whip, double back elbow now, stunting the momentum of Buddy Murphy on that Irish whip rebound. You see Pac still recovering on the outside with a busted open face. Kevin Owens shifting the momentum of Buddy Murphy around from that power slam position, turning him around to the back and sitting out with that sidewalk slam of sorts. So he looked to follow up with the momentum on Buddy Murphy, who catches him with a boot to the face, now sending Kevin Owens with an Irish whip into the corner. Twisting neck breaker from Buddy Murphy as he makes the tag in now to Aleister Black. Black looking to go to the top rope here. Now Black from the top, standing from behind, looking for that corkscrew moonsault onto Kevin Owens. He has used much to his success in the past against his tag team partner Pac on the outside. Kevin Owens now targeting Buddy Murphy and the draping DDT to the inside. Following that maneuver, Buddy Murphy rolling out of the ring. Aleister Black looked to catch him with that boot coming in and following it up with a neck breaker, however, is countered by Kevin Owens. Counter now with the back elbow from Aleister Black. Looks to come in with that mushroom stomp. A strike to the back from Pac. As Aleister Black looked to recover in the corner, but it was not to be, as he is in enemy territory here. Kevin Owens now with the powerbomb attempt, springing up and taking him down from the heavens with that senton, in combination with a powerbomb from Kevin Owens. Irish whip into the corner here. Hell of a kick from El Generico, but at such a close range and without the typical momentum that he likes to use to build it up. I'm not sure that he's going to have the same effect on Aleister Black here tonight. Rake of the eyes now from Black, who catches Generico with a series of strikes, and now that knee strike to the face. Black mass to follow it up, and the pinfall attempt here on El Generico. Only a 2 count before Pac was able to break it up. Fireman's carry position from Pac to Andrade, sits him out with that face buster. Now Aleister Black with the attention of Pac. Fireman's carry once again. Benadriller. Aleister Black now turning around to prone El Generico in the corner, who catches him with a standing switch as Aleister Black looked to make the tag into Buddy Murphy. Pac once again recovering on the inside. Generico now knocking Buddy Murphy to the outside and sending Aleister Black to the outside as well. What could Generico be looking for here? And he catches Aleister Black coming through the ropes, coming through the turnbuckle with a tornado DDT. Series of strikes now from Generico on the outside. A boot to the gut and a demanding chop. Power slam attempt from Aleister Black, who was able to reverse it, but Generico able to escape out of that maneuver. Generico going to want to watch out for Buddy Murphy here on the outside. Murphy with a strike to Generico and sending him back to the inside. Looked to do the same for Aleister Black so he wasn't counted out. But now Aleister Black being sent into the ring post a series of times unintentionally by Buddy Murphy. Kevin Owens looking, received the tag from El Generico, looking to come across the ring, but Andrade catches him coming in as Kevin Owens looked to go to the top rope. Andrade catching him with the springboard drop kick, following it up with a water wheel German suplex on the Cazadora. Andrade with a draping DDT to Pac to follow it up, and we got to see the referee get Andrade outside of the ring now, diving down with the double foot stomp. Aleister Black following it up with an enziguri to the outside, taking out El Generico and Pac. Following that diving double foot stomp from Aleister Black, look to position Kevin Owens in the corner here. Back elbow from Owens. Clothesline coming out of the corner from Kevin Owens with such vitriol and such momentum. Buddy Murphy breaking up that pinfall attempt here. Now a commanding kick to the back from Kevin Owens. Owens knowing that now that he is in full control of Aleister Black, at least for the time being. Tag into El Generico, tag into Buddy Murphy. Two men that we've seen take on one another several times in this contest, developing some sort of rivalry here with one another as Buddy Murphy catches Generico's momentum with the monkey flip, following it up with the enziguri and using it against him there. Tag in here from Buddy Murphy as he looks to lift Generico up and lands a brainbuster of his own, followed up by Andrade with a top rope German suplex, top rope frog splash, my apologies. Pop-up Meteora now from Buddy Murphy to Kevin Owens as he looked to create the separation on that pinfall attempt. Andrade now with Pac, draping him across that middle rope, and now DDT to the inside. El Generico, however, springing back up to his feet here, catches the boot of Andrade and turns him over into a single leg Boston Crab here. Rope break from Andrade, however, tripping out the leg here of El Generico. We see here from Andrade that we haven't already seen dished out to Generico. Tag in here to Buddy Murphy. These two utilizing a lot of tag team maneuvers to their own benefit, following that brainbuster frog splash combination. Springing off of the ropes here is Buddy Murphy, who catches El Generico with that springboard Hurricane Rana. Now it's Buddy Murphy who's sent to the outside, recovering on the apron. Taken down with yet another clothesline from Kevin Owens is Buddy Murphy. Pinfall attempt here, and Andrade breaks up the pinfall. El Generico now with the Orange Crush. Orange Crush to Andrade. Buddy Murphy now getting back up to his feet here as we see Generico taken out with the GTR from Aleister Black. Referee still incapacitated after breaking up the pinfall attempt. Swinging out the legs now of Kevin Owens, trapped in the corner, dropping him across the knee. And then once again dropping him to the canvas. Buddy Murphy now from the top rope looks for a 5-star frog splash from the heavens. Tag in now to Aleister Black, who's going to look to continue the series of momentum on Kevin Owens. Sends Owens across the ring and into the turnbuckle post. Pac is looking for the tag in here from Owens, but Owens still groggy in the corner. But I believe Aleister Black was calling for Pac to be tagged in. Generico giving space. Yeah, I believe that the intentions behind this are for Aleister Black to allow Kevin Owens to tag in Pac. However, taking him out with that stiff right hand was Aleister Black. Once again, sending him into the corner. Now it's El Generico who makes the tag in. Arm drag attempt there, countered with that drop toe hold. Doubling these two up in the corner now is Aleister Black, looking to whip El Generico in with the momentum, sending him into his tag team partner, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens being sent to the outside. Now we see once again positioning his partner in the corner so that Pac and Aleister Black can go at it. Pac receiving a series of strikes for his efforts, followed up with that knee strike to the face of Pac, catching him unsuspected coming in. Now Pac could be looking for the cop killer here. Turning him over, vertebreaker. A maneuver that we have seen utilized by Pac throughout in the past. To great success over Aleister Black, following it up with that red arrow. The referee now being distracted by Buddy Murphy, who was on the outside. And just barely breaking up that pinfall attempt. A distraction from Buddy Murphy that cost Pac that pinfall attempt. And allowed Andrade to create the distraction with the referee that allowed him to break up that pinfall. Andrade planting Pac with that inverted Frankenstein or the rewind Rana on the inside of the ring. And now it's Generico who looks to come to the inside and even the odds. Black mass there from Aleister Black and all of the commotion. However, it's Kevin Owens. No, El Generico creates the break on that pinfall attempt. However, going to receive a Destino for his efforts. This time coming from Andrade, a man who feuded with Tetsuya Naito throughout the duration of last year over who would control the faction. Eventually meeting each other inside Hell in a Cell. Running Dragon Rana there from Pac. Pac taking a couple steps back to the corner and now going to tag in Kevin Owens once again. Kevin Owens now with the stomps to the hand of Aleister Black. However, might want to direct his attention more on the legs of Aleister Black, seeing as that's where a great deal of his offense does come from. Knee to the back. Kevin Owens in full control of Aleister Black here. Now we see Kevin Owens in the camel clutch position. Andrade going to get in the face of Owens and break it up. Series of chops to Owens as he was holding his tag team partner in that maneuver. And now a series of back elbows from Andrade. Strike to the face from Owens. Looking for the overhand chop was Andrade. And now Owens sends Andrade directly into the turnbuckle pad, where he is going to have to fend off El Generico and Pac. Standing switch. Clothesline that turns El Generico inside out. Now taking Pac out as well was Andrade. Reversal there from Aleister Black. Reversal from Kevin Owens. Drop toe hold from Black that positions Kevin Owens draped across that second rope and in position to wrench away on him. Another combination from Aleister Black that takes out Kevin Owens for the time being. Black could be calling Kevin Owens back up to his feet here. Owens Turned around, however. Now we see Kevin Owens looking to go up to the top rope. Buddy Murphy looked to interfere, but the referee, using his discretion, diving down to the outside with that cannonball, looking to take out Aleister Black, who was standing up. However, Aleister Black able to sidestep the dive from Kevin Owens, diving from the top rope all the way down to the floor. That attempted cannonball. Now we see Irish Whip looking to make the tag into Pac there, but whipping him instead into the knees of Andrade. That's Kevin Owens with the Irish Whip attempt here, sending Andrade across the ring. Powerbomb attempt here from Kevin Owens, springing off of the ropes with a seated senton from Generico yet again. Now Generico here, Irish Whip sending him back into the turnbuckle, running dropkick. Swiped away by Andrade. Distraction from Pac, and the back suplex countered now again by Andrade. Powerbomb attempt here. Andrade going to pick up El Generico and run with him over to the corner. Sit out powerbomb. Andrade now sending him into the corner. Look to make the tag. One of his partners there. Buddy Murphy being sent off of the top rope. Forearm smash to the face. Answered back by Generico. A receipt for Andrade's efforts, but a series now of forearm strikes from Andrade that disorient El Generico, answering back with yet another forearm smash with Generico. Snapmare takedown from Andrade, and again a single leg dropkick that off of the rebound from the ropes. Andrade picking him back up to his feet here. Irish Whip into the turnbuckle pad. Andrade now with Generico in control here, going to take him out with that inverted DDT. Tag in now from Andrade to Aleister Black. Aleister Black and Pac now. The two men that are going to meet here. Looking for that mushroom stomp, but Pac just barely escaping out of that. Taking him out with that basement dropkick. And now Pac with a reversal. Another basement dropkick to the legs of Aleister Black, who quickly recovers. And now kicking out the legs of Pac. Again looking for that mushroom stomp, but it's countered by Pac, who takes him out with that forearm smash that absolutely levels Black. Fireman's carry position, turning it into a facebuster. And we see the arm drag from Aleister Black, creating the distance from Pac for the time being. Series of counters from both men here. Now we finally see paying off for him was the mushroom stomp. Leaping cave-in. Following it up with a gun stun is Aleister Black. Pinfall attempt here on Pac. Pac's teammates were not able to break up the pinfall attempt there, so that might have spelled danger for Pac if he was not able to get his shoulder up just in time. Black now with the Irish Whip to Pac into the corner, standing switch as Pac now sending Aleister Black across the ring with that Beal. Now with the huge ace crusher from Pac, we saw the gun stun being utilized from Aleister Black, and now Andrade interfering, sending Pac to the outside. Irish Whip here from Andrade on the outside. Pac positioned underneath that bottom rope, and now he's going to be dropped chest first and torso across that apron. Meanwhile, Aleister Black looking to pick up Pac in position to Irish Whip him across the ring. The referee being trapped behind him temporarily. Boot to the face from Pac. Back elbow from Aleister, excuse me. Knee strike once again as he catches Pac off guard. Now deadlifting him up into that pile driver. Letting the blood rush to the head of Pac before going for that maneuver. Now from the top rope, we're going to see the corkscrew moonsault from Aleister Black. Series of strikes to continue this onslaught. Hip toss. Following it up with a grounded knee strike is Aleister. Taking Kevin Owens off of the apron. Kevin Owens caught him with that right hand. Aleister able to catch him with that enziguri, taking El Generico out with a strike to the face as well. Now he picks Pac back up to his feet here. Could he be looking for the Black Mass? Spinning heel kick Pinfall attempt here from Aleister Black, but Kevin Owens once again breaking up the pinfall attempt. This has been such an incredible main event here. Aleister Black springing up to the top rope looking for that moonsault, but I don't think he was successful. Kevin Owens again answering with a strike to the face of Aleister. This has been such an incredible main event spanning almost 40 minutes for these 6 competitors to go at it with one another. Again, nothing really at stake here in this contest other than bragging rights, and also you'd have to think that this would project positively for anyone here tonight that comes up successful. In the case of Pac being in NXT, you gotta think that this would put him in position for a championship match if he was successful here. Back suplex, catching him with a neck breaker. And for Malachi Black, if he was able to secure a victory over El Generico or Kevin Owens, that might put his team in position for a tag team title match in the future. Series of strikes there in the corner. However, Aleister Black getting the advantage on the legal man, being El Generico for the time being, dropped toe hold across that middle rope. This is an important outing as well for Andrade, who is making his first appearance as the Ring of Honor World Champion. Of course, not having to defend that championship tonight, however. Oh, catching him with that spinning back elbow that we saw implemented by Andrade. Buddy Murphy looking to go to the top rope, but Pac shoves him from the top rope down, crashing down. The referee has had a very, 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 very loose grip on this contest from the beginning, but as to be expected when you have 6 high-caliber athletes that all have such animosity towards their opponents. Generico and Buddy Murphy, once again the legal men in this contest that we've seen on many occasions go at it. Look for that running drop kick in the corner. Strike to the back of the head from Pac that disorients Buddy Murphy for the time being. Now we see a snapmare takedown from Generico. Running big boot to the face of Buddy Murphy from Pac. And now we can see Pac looking for the Rings of Saturn here. Wrenching in on this submission hold. The Rings of Saturn locked in on Buddy Murphy. And if he taps out here, this might do it. This might do it. Yes, he taps out. Buddy Murphy giving up in this contest. Pac securing the victory for his team. And Andrade and Aleister not intervening on behalf of Buddy Murphy there. Interesting development as far as that is concerned. There we saw the package piledriver brainbuster combination. Of course, we saw Panama Sunrise. Such great maneuvers in this contest. We saw 2 Destinos, one from Buddy Murphy and one from Andrade. And here we saw the Pepsi twist in turning him inside out with that clothesline. Only a couple of the incredible moments that we saw throughout the duration of this contest. And it is Pac, Kevin Owens, and El Generico who are successful to conclude night 2 of the Battle of Los Angeles. I hope that you join us for the final night of our tournament tomorrow. A great competition between these 6 competitors.